What's up, everybody? Welcome back to YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. Cheers, morning cup of coffee. My name is Nick Duval. I am a mindset and meditation coach, helping you reach your goals and grow your businesses. Today, I'm going to be talking about the flow state. This is something that's very important to us as people who are running businesses or especially starting a business. So with the flow state, most of us know you can hear like pro athletes talk about the flow state, and they'll call it the zone when they're in the zone. Kobe Bryant is someone who spoke about this, where they would get in that zone and really nothing else existed. So time will fall away for you. Anything that you're thinking about, anything that you're feeling, that falls away while you're in that flow state, and things happen naturally for you. So a part of your brain is the cogit nucleus. That's what lights up when you're in a flow state. Some doctors scanned brains when they did it, and that cogit nucleus is responsible for skill learning and automatized cognition. So automatized. That's why when you get into that flow state, whether you're, I wouldn't say reading does it. I guess you could get there from reading, but I would say like writing, drawing, making music, gardening, whatever it is that puts you into that flow state, running. When you get there, the ideas just flow. You know, you don't have to think about them. You don't have to do anything. I know for myself personally, it'll happen a lot when I'm writing, and really all I have to do is ask myself a question sometimes. Sometimes I have to stop, and it's just for a few seconds, ask myself a question, and then I'll have the answer. So the flow state is a place where we don't really have to do anything. Ideas are coming from within us, and they are flowing out of us, right? We put them into paper, into music, art, whatever it may be. So some other doctors took Parkinson's patients. Just imagine that you do not have Parkinson's. You're not aged with Parkinson's and stuff. How much more beneficial this would be for your brain being a healthy person, possibly a young person like myself. So they had them go on an 8-week mindfulness meditation course, which is the type of meditation that I teach, just mindfulness meditation, specifically focused attention. So they had them do that for 8 weeks, and they showed that the gray matter in their cogit nucleus increased. So essentially, they've already shown that the gray matter of the entire brain will increase. So meditation is literally stimulating and strengthening your entire brain. So everything in your life will improve through meditation. That cogit nucleus gets stimulated and it gets stronger, so you can move into that flow state a little bit easier, and you can stay in it a little bit easier. Now, this is what we want, especially if you're in some type of creative work. Maybe you're like myself and you're making YouTube channels. Sometimes ideas will start flowing to you, and you don't want any distractions around you. You want to just keep putting these ideas to paper and keep thinking about them and rolling on with it. The flow state is a place that also makes us feel really good. I swear it'll last 3 days. You get about 3 days of, like, if you get a real good intense flow state, you'll be feeling good for 2 to 3 days afterwards, just because of how it melts away everything else that's going on in your life and in your mind at the time. What we need to do is we need to find something that puts us in the flow state that we can do on a regular basis, preferably a daily basis. So this is many things. I've experimented with many things in my life. I think we could all reach the flow state if we were writing. If we were writing every day, and especially if you're really in an emotional state for whatever reason and you get to writing, it's like, man, it's great. Music, same thing. Again, heart's got to be in it, and it'll be way better. Exercise can put you in the flow state. Running does it for me. Now, again, those are all external things, and this goes back to my video on the power of now. Meditation, because it strengthens that cogit nucleus, and they showed that it lit the cogit nucleus up. So that means that these meditators were entering a flow state with their eyes closed, again, just from within themselves. They didn't have to do anything externally. So if we can do that, if we can sit down for 20 minutes, focus on our breath, and enter a flow state, whatever we do next when we get up, we're already in a flow state. We're already there. So it will be much more productive. You will be much more engaged in it. And that engagement is what's important. Your mind is not somewhere else. It's hard for some people to find that because maybe you've got a job that it's not your passion. It doesn't put you into a flow state. What if you can put yourself in a flow state and then go do your work? Well, now your work gets done faster. It's better work. You're more productive because of those two factors, and you're happier about it. Who's not happier to have their work get done faster and be better? Everyone is. So we want to be able to induce this flow state from within ourselves. So we train ourselves through meditation, through focused attention. Specifically, what I do is focusing on the breath. So if you're just starting out, you would want to start with like 5 minutes at a time. You don't really want to go further than 5 minutes. It's imagine yourself setting goals and taking steps. You don't want to put a step way up here that's too intimidating for you to get to, but you also don't want your step to be so low that it's boring. So I would say start with 5 minutes. And the reason I say 5 minutes instead of something like 10 is because within this meditation, we're really trying to focus in on our breath. And your mind is naturally going to want to wander to other things. And so if you give yourself 10 minutes, you might get lost in the mind. You might just let your mind start running and talking instead of focusing on your breath, and you're not really doing anything but wasting time with that. Maybe you can process a few things, process some emotions and stuff, but it's still not, there's still better ways to process emotions in meditation than just letting your mind run. Because a lot of times you're gonna repeat the emotions that you're trying to process. It's just, your brain's on autopilot at that point. So we don't wanna do that. We wanna really focus in on that breath, and that focused attention is important because attention is something we all have. Attention is so important in our economy today. That is how media companies and social media companies make their money, is attention. That's how people make their money. You'll see crazy people out here on the internet doing insane things, and it's all for attention because they make money that way. Your attention is fought for by everyone. I remember growing up in high school, the only thing I knew about attention was that girls wanted your attention. And it was like, you just had to ignore them and look away from them and stuff. And you see that playing out now with social media. This attention is very important for everyone. I would say if you're a man, it's probably more important because of that female dynamic. We have to be able to control our attention and where it goes. If we have no control over our attention, we're going to lose control over our lives. It's a slippery slope. So we need to be able to control that attention. So that focused attention is the kind of thing where you can focus it on your breath, and then you can flip it to focusing in on your belly button if you wanted to. And you can focus on just your belly button, nothing else. Focus is a laser. And so we want to be able to point that laser at something. And what you focus on will grow. It'll blossom. So if we have goals, let's say we don't have goals. We're starting at ground zero. We don't know when we wake up in the morning, we don't know what we should do with the day. Okay, well, all right, so now we've got something. Let's try to define some goals. Now let's focus on that. Eventually, you're gonna have those things start coming to you. You're gonna get into that flow state and you're gonna start writing it down. We need to train that focused attention in order to get into that flow state, in order to create the things in our life that we want. Now, nothing happens in your life without action. You have to take action. You have to move forward. I would recommend that before you try to get creative and try to mentally overpower something. Go ahead and just take action towards it. So if you don't know what to do when you get up in the morning, take some advice from Jordan Peterson. Just start cleaning. Just clean your area around you and declutter it. And then you can find something to do next. If you don't know, I don't know how to get in shape, just get up and start running every day. Don't do anything else. Don't think about anything else. Just get to it. Just take some action and everything else will come out in the wash. You'll work it all out. when you're in that flow state, you are the most creative and probably the most intelligent that you could ever be. Your mind is very stimulated and lit up, and the whole brain is working together to create something from that flow state. Essentially, we want to be able to create this flow state within ourselves on our own that gives us a power. So that's something that with this coaching that I'm doing for folks is I'm not the hero of your story. You're the hero of your story. I'm here to give you the tools and the mindset in how to change your life, create a better life that you want, grow that business, really take your profit up through your business. Maybe you've already got a business going and you feel stuck. You feel like you're in a rut. Maybe you need to rebrand and you just can't see it. How am I going to help you grow your business? Well, I'm not. You are. You are. I'm just here to talk to you and tell you, hey, do this, do this, do this practice. These are things you're going to do outside of your business that will flow into your business and help you grow your business or start your business, whatever that may be. And the reason that I focus in on meditation is because it's something from within yourself. So you can always go to it. If you are a prisoner, if you are held captive as a prisoner, you can sit down and meditate. So, and beyond that, it gives you a sense of personal power and personal responsibility. We tend to always look at the outside as for what's wrong, instead of looking at ourselves and looking internally for what's wrong. If we can take that responsibility and look at ourselves for what's wrong, we can begin to fix things. If you don't do that, there's nothing to fix. You can't fix anything. Everything is just screwed. And that power that I'm speaking of is that personal, internal knowing that you can do it and you can get it done and you have the wherewithal to do these things. You don't have to outsource too much. The coaching industry is growing like crazy. And I get it because people need help, they need guidance on things. Folks are too distracted to think clearly. And that's what I'm trying to help people with, is giving you the power. Like, this is on you. So that's what we're going for here. We're trying to create these states and create these experiences within ourselves internally and learn them through time and through focus how to get there. These are things we can all learn from. When you're stressed out, you push blood literally out of your brain and into your body. And that's so you can run. That's so you can run or fight whatever it is, that lion that's in front of you. So we don't want to be stressed. We don't think clearly when we're stressed. And you can see it. You can be having a conversation with someone, and if you're aware enough and you're watching closely, you'll see someone switch like that. And they will go straight into a different state, and it'll be all emotion that they're spitting out at you. And none of it is coming from their mind, and it's because they went into a stressed out state. So we don't want to be there, and you don't want to take action from a stressed out state either. And you always feel like you need to be further along than you are, especially in the current economy. So we don't want to be taking action from the wrong emotions, because if you do that, you'll find yourself in the middle of some project that you're not actually engaged in, you don't actually want to do, and it's because you took action out of desperation. You take action from the correct emotions instead of, I really just put it black and white as positive and negative. So you want to take action from the positive side of emotions instead of the negative side. If you're looking for help and things like that, please reach out to me on my email. It'll be nick.duval.315@gmail.com. I'll put it in the description below. Reach out to me there and we can talk if we would be good to work together. I'll kind of see where your life is at and what you're looking for, and we'll work all of that out. Other than that, thank you for being here.